And Nick, same thing, just offense was kind of struggling a little bit to start, and then you guys kind of got rolling. You and Eli were playing well. Just what was maybe fixed, or how were you guys maybe kind of getting the flow and find some success in the second quarter?
We got set back a couple times on our first few drives and with some penalties, and I think that the defense score really turned it around, and then it kind of gave us some momentum, and like Riley said, it just kind of boosts everybody's energy. So it all goes into the line, quarterback's making calls, line getting pushed off the ball, and just opening holes for us.
What's that like, kind of in the fourth quarter when you kind of feel like they might not want to, tackle you as hard? What's that feeling like as a running back?
It's a good feeling, knowing that you can kind of break arm tackles and people aren't really going to try to put their hat on your helmet, or their hat on you is just kind of boosting to gain yards and run a little bit harder.
Coach, I know it's hard to kind of nitpick when it's 40-0, but some of the penalties. I'm just gonna throw a question out for you. So the penalties, kicking game. What do you think as far as that aspect of it?
Penalties I'm not talking about, because fine me or throw me out or suspend me or something. So I won't talk about that. But kicking game was depends which part of the kicking game you want me to address.
Just a couple field goals, extra point,
right.
kick off out of bounds.
Yeah, kicking it off out of bounds, never good. It's our only one this year. Kicked off quite a bit. Field goal's an offensive function. We don't view that as a special team. However, we've got to make kicks, and it wasn't good enough. I'm glad it was good last week.
When you're using two quarterbacks, what do you like about being able to bring in two guys like that within a game?
I like the versatility in the offense and the ability to make them defend a lot of different things.
And then when it comes to figuring out who's going to take a drive, is that solely your call, and how does that work? And how is it just a field?
We work together as a staff.
Nick, you, Eli, and Xavier combined for over 250 yards today. Obviously, big credit to the O-line, but what's it like to share a backfield with those two guys?
It's great. Those guys are great guys, and outside of football, we all hang out, and we're all really good friends. So it's uplifting to have those guys running with you. Like you said, the O-line really got us some push and opened up holes for us, and I think they did a really good job today.
Nick, on that note of team almost running for 300 yards combined, what were the factors that led into that success today?
Like I said before, it all starts up front. O-line opening up holes for us, and then quarterbacks open up the field with their throwing ability and making the right calls and just putting us in the right position to run the ball.
Riley, I thought the scores at the end of the first half and start of the second half were huge for you guys, but defensively, and before each of those scores, you guys got a couple penalties on those drives, but the defense, stood tall and forced a punt or a turnover on down. So how were you guys as a defensive unit able to stay composed and make those big plays when you needed?
I just think it's just really sticking to each other's side. Football's a game where you get some setbacks, and we got put in some situations, like you said, where we had to really step up. We just talk about everyone just doing their jobs and just sticking to their guns.
And Bobby, what can you say about why Hunter McGinnis did not play today?
It was a health issue.
And then you tied Jerome Sowers for the all-time record among wins among Big Sky head coaches. Just what does that mean to you to be tied with, be at the top of the list, but maybe even to be tied with him too?
Yeah. Well, I hate turning this back on me. We get a bunch of players that just play their tails off, but it's interesting going by Coach Reed in 2018, and then equaling Jerome's record today. Jerome Sowers and Don Reed, along with Terry Donnie and Rick Newhouse, were the guys that got me into coaching. So it's, I suppose it's pretty much a privilege to be able to do that. Those are the ones that had the record, I guess. Humbling.
Bobby, you mentioned just how difficult it is to have a defensive performance like this in college football. I mean, just what can you say just overall about that? I mean, 1 for 15 on third down, 94 yards total. Like, just as a whole, what can you say about what those guys did today?
Yeah, it was a really great effort by our defense and our defensive coaches. Shutouts are difficult, but to hold somebody under 100 yards is really something. I think it really starts with the fact that we're a great tackling football team. We have a great tackling team. Even the offensive guys that play in the kicking game tackle well. So it starts there. We're doing a good job getting. I think our linebackers are doing a better job than ever, getting off the blocks, playing with their hands. The front guys the same, and obviously it's showing up on the scoreboard.
Riley, similar question for you. Just have you ever been a part of a performance like this, and just what was it like on the field? You know, as you guys were doing this, did you even notice it?
We try not to pay attention to, the scoreboard regarding our success and stuff, but just kind of just playing my part, I just take it play by play, just doing my assignment, just doing what I'm supposed to do.
Nick, just to go back to the quarterbacks, just for you, what's it like just kind of working with, kind of a shuffling deck and just kind of each of these guys, what's it like, lining up with them, and what do they both kind of bring to the table?
They're both very on point, so it doesn't really change much who's in. Comfortable with both guys, and we practiced with them all week, so yeah, they both did a good job.
Anybody else?
Thanks, guys.